بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أول حاجة إن شاء الله لازم يكون معاكم الكتب بتاعتكم، الكتابين الاثنين، الستودنت بوك والورك بوك معاكم قبل ما نبدأ، وحاولوا تحضروا الحصة قبل ما تحضروا. Okay? Please watch the episodes before joining the class. Try to prepare the lessons. Try to bring your textbooks with you. And prepare any questions before you come here. Okay? Now, I want you to open your student book on page 62. Your student book on page 62, here. Okay? Here, Unit 8, Town and Country. Unit 8, Town and Country. Okay? Here we start from this unit. Now we have two pictures of you, if you can see. We have two pictures. The first one, I want you to describe the picture for me. What can you see in these pictures? What can you see in these pictures? One of them is describing the city life, the town life, and the other one is describing the countryside life or the village life. Okay? As usual, we have some new vocabulary items, and we will try to explain the meaning for you. And if you don't know the answer, if you don't know the meaning, أقبلها؟ مين sorry. طيب معلش، في ناس أقبلها فين هم اللي عايزين يدخلوا؟
لا هو اللي
داخل اوتوماتيك صح؟
بس يدخل
يعني كده مفيش حد على الويتنج يعني.
مفيش حد، ما احنا مش فاعلين
الويتنج مش متفاعل.
اللي هيدفع ايده بس انت بتسمح له في الاخر.
تمام. Now we have, as usual, some new words, new lexical items on page 63 here. These are the new words, page 63. And I will try, if you open your book and you see these words, I will try to explain the meaning of these words. First word is almond. Almond, if you notice, the second letter is L, but it's silent letter. We don't pronounce L. We don't say almond. No, it's silent. So we just drop it, almond. Okay? So what's almond? Almond, it's a tree that produces flat pale nuts as you eat while you are watching a movie, with brown skin and tastes sweet. This is almond. If you don't know the answer, you can check the glossary at the back. The meaning of the almond. The second word is depopulation. Depopulation is the process of number of people reducing in an area. People are reducing in number in an area. After that, deserted. Deserted, it's an adjective, and it's very important to know what part of speech it is. Every word, you have to know the meaning and what part of a speech it is. Deserted means neglected or abandoned. Neglected, deserted. No one lives here. No one lives in this house. It's deserted. Export. Export, it means selling and sending out goods to other countries. Selling goods to other countries, not inside your country, outside, it's export. Graduated. Graduated means divided into different levels. Divided into level, first level, second level, third level, etc. It's graduated. Infrastructure. Infrastructure, the basic physical and organizational structure and the facilities, just as building roads and power supplies. All these are the infrastructure. After that, we have overcrowding. Overcrowding is the process of filling an area beyond what is usual or comfortable. People are very crowded in one place. Public services, a service that is run for the benefit or of the general public. It's a service for all of us. For example, the emergency service, it's for all of us. The public transportation, the buses in the streets are for all of us, so it is a public service. After that, reverse. Reverse is a verb. Reverse is a verb to make something the opposite of what it was. Opposite, reverse. Rural, it's in or relating or characteristic of the countryside. Related to the countryside. The countryside here, like a place like Al-Wafra and Al-Abdali, this is the countryside here, where you can see a lot of farms. Okay, so rural in relating to or characteristic of the countryside rather than the town. After that, socioeconomic, it's a combination of two words, social and economical, relating to or concerned with the interaction of social and economic factors, relating to or concerned with the interaction of social and economic factors. We put them together. After that, unemployment. And here, if you notice, it starts with un. Un is the prefix. Un prefix, and it gives the opposite. So unemployment is the opposite of employment. Just we know, as we said before, happy, unhappy. So the un is a prefix and gives the opposite. Unemployment, the state of being jobless. Jobless, you are sitting at home, you have no job, no work, you're just sitting at home. So this is unemployment. Vacant. Vacant simply means empty. This chair is vacant. No one is sitting on this chair, so it's vacant, it's empty. Last word is vice versa. Vice versa, with the main items in the preceding statement the other way around. Okay? Again, vice versa. With the main items in the preceding statement the other way around. It's sometimes mean the opposite. Now, if you could guess the meaning of these words, then you are very good. And if not, I can help you. And here I put here in this file the translation in Arabic, and I hope it can help you. So here are the translation of these new items. I will try to minimize or make it smaller. Yes. Okay. Here we have the new words and its meaning in Arabic. So again, let's come to page 63. 63. Here in this page, we have a text. And the title of the text. What is the title of this text? The ending of village life. The ending of village life. If you can guess, if you can give me another title for this text, can you give me another title? If you can, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand and I will let you speak to me. Do you know? Can you give me another title for this text? The end of village life. Can you think of another title? Anyone? Just raise your hand if you know the answer. Just think of another title. It's a very common question. Think of another title. Anyone knows? No one? Okay. Now, I will just give you 3 minutes to read the first paragraph. Just read the first paragraph on page 63. Just the first paragraph here, the first 5 letters. Read them carefully. Read them carefully. And I have a question regarding this first paragraph. And the question is, what here the question? What is the main idea of the first paragraph? The main idea of the first paragraph. Just read the first paragraph and tell me the main idea. And for people who don't have their student books with them right now, I will read for them. Just listen carefully. When a large number of people move from their homes in country areas to find better paid jobs in towns and cities, the villages and farms they once lived in are often left vacant. Vacant is a new word. No one wants to buy the houses because they can't make money out of them. This phenomenon, which is called rural depopulation, can lead to overcrowding in cities as well as deserted country areas, and is a major socio-economic problem nowadays. Okay, here ends the first paragraph. Now, I want you to answer this question. What is the main idea of the first paragraph? And here we have 4 choices. In Europe, many people are leaving their cities to live in the countryside. Number B, the villages of Spain are facing depopulation and they consist mainly of elderly people. Number C, rural depopulation is a major socio-economic problem affecting both cities and country areas. Number D, the Garrigos area of Spain, which was once a successful agricultural area, is an example of rural depopulation. Now, if you know the answer, just raise your hand. Raise your hand. What is the first paragraph is talking about? Anyone of you knows the answer? Please raise your hand and I will let you speak. Anyone? Please try to be more active with me. Any one of you knows the answer, just raise your hand. No one. Okay. I think the correct answer will be number C. The first paragraph is talking about, or the main idea is, rural depopulation is a major socio-economic problem affecting both cities and countryside. Now, let's move to the second paragraph. The second paragraph, I want you to read it carefully and tell me how is the second paragraph related to the first one. How, here, if you can see the question, how is the second paragraph related to the first paragraph? Okay, and for people who don't have their student books, I will again read for them. One example. بتسجل في الاخر. الشاشه متصوره. لا مهم. Just a minute, please. تحت. Just a minute, please. Okay, now let's complete. Okay, now let's complete. For the second paragraph, I will read again. I will read it for you, and one of you tell me how it is related to the first one. The second paragraph, one example of this phenomenon. Okay, someone is trying to talk to me. Hi, Hamad. Hi, Hamad. Tell me, how can I help you? Hamad, just write to me. Yes, Hamad. How can I help you? You raised your hand. Hi, Hamad. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Just write your question here, Hamad, and I will answer it for you. Just write your question, okay? As you write, I will complete reading this paragraph, okay? One example of this phenomenon is the Garrigos area of Spain, about 1 hour drive from Barcelona. The area has a Mediterranean climate, but because it's at a high altitude and not cool, oh, sorry. Yes, Hamad, I see your question. I'm sorry, Hamad, it's online. I can't explain in Arabic for you. Sorry. Sorry, bye. Sorry, Hamad. Just listen, Hamad, just listen carefully, and I will try to make it easy for you, okay? Just focus, listen carefully, okay? And everything is clear to you on the screen, on the laptop, it's clear to you. You can read with your, yeah. I know it's a big problem, but I can't help you. Now, let's complete again. I can't hunt. Sorry. Okay. Let's finish this chat. One example of this phenomenon. Again. One example of this phenomenon is the Garrigos area of Spain, about 1 hour's drive from Barcelona. The area has a Mediterranean climate, but because it's at high altitude and not close to the sea, winter temperatures are quite low. Winter temperatures are quite low. The area has an annual rainfall of 482 millimeters, which falls in only 47 days of the year, during the autumn and spring. Historically, this was a successful agricultural area. On a higher ground, the farmers grow almonds, while in the river valleys, wheat, corn, beans, and sunflower were the traditional crops. The area was renowned for its high-quality olive oil, which was grown mainly for export. Okay, now we finish the second paragraph, and I have one question. How is the second paragraph related to the first? If any one of you knows the answer, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand in case you know the answer. Badr? Badr, do you know the answer, Badr? Okay. Just write to me, Badr. It's not my problem, my dear. The camera is not my problem. It's the service, the internet. Anyone wants to talk to me? Anyone knows the answer? How is the second paragraph is related to the first one? No. Okay. Here, let's move to the third question. Here. Now, we have a new word, vacant, and we explained the meaning. Vacant means empty. Now he wants the opposite. What is the opposite of vacant? And we have 4 choices. Vacant, the opposite, is old, full, ignored, or organized. Any one of you knows the answer? Just raise your hand. What is the opposite of the word vacant in the first paragraph? Old, full, ignored, organized. Question number D. Yes? Anyone? No one? It's very easy. Vacant. Vacant means empty. And the opposite of empty is what? Full. Number B. Full is the correct answer. Yes, just a minute. Who's raising hands? Badr, Khalid. Khalid. Hi, Khalid. Yes, Khalid. Tell me, what's your question, Habibi? How can I help you? Khalid, just write to me. Khalid Walid, tell me, what's your question? Yes, I'm writing to you. Very good, Khalid, very good. It's correct, correct answer. Thank you. Good, Khalid, thank you. Now, we have another question regarding this text. Question number E, what is the meaning of rural depopulation? Okay, we have another participant here. Okay. Yes, Hamad. How can I help you, Hamad? Just no need to write. Just watch carefully, prepare, and this you can watch again this video. It's recording. You can watch it again. Okay. Okay. Now let's complete our reading. Paragraph 3. Paragraph 3. The population of the area was at its greatest about 150 years ago, when a typical settlement might have had 500 inhabitants, whereas now some villages have as few as 100 permanent inhabitants. As farming became less and less profitable and unemployment to grow, the population began to move to the cities to find work. This trend started in 1860 and had continued until today. Now, some villages consist mainly of elderly people. The area is suffering from the effects of depopulation, poor infrastructure, and the deserted farms. For example, in some parts of Europe in recent years, however, the move from the country to the city has been reversed, as many wealthy people, wealthy means rich people, people who have money, as many wealthy people move to the countryside to escape from the overcrowded pollution and tension of city life. Some are moving permanently, but many are buying holiday or weekend homes, which are empty for much of the year, like Jahur here. Okay? Now we finished reading this text, and I want one of you to answer this question with question number E. What is the meaning of rural depopulation? If you know the answer, just raise your hand. What is rural depopulation? Please raise your hand if you know the answer. I need more participants. Anyone knows the answer, just raise your hand, please. Yes. Huh. Anyone knows the answer, please? Khalid, Walid, do you know the answer? What does rural depopulation mean? What is rural depopulation means? Please, if you know the answer, just raise your hand. No one? Okay. As I said before, rural means relating to the countryside, and depopulation is the number of people decreasing. Together, rural depopulation is a phenomenon that people who live in the countryside are moving to live in the city side. People who live in the countryside are moving to live in the city and deserting the village, leaving the farms. This is rural depopulation, okay? Someone is raising hand here. Hamad, my dear Hamad, you are talking only to me. No one is saying or listening to you. Hamad, just pay attention to me. Khalid, depopulation refers to a process in which the population density of an area decreases steadily over time. Very good. Rural depopulation, the process affects regions where the rural exports outstrips. Thank you, Khalid. Very good answer. Thank you. I hope you are not using Google, okay? No, Hamid, I can't open mic for you or for anyone else. Just a chat, okay? Okay, now let's move to the next question. Why do you think farming has become less profitable in recent years? Farms where people plant crops, these farms are becoming deserted and less profitable. Why? Anyone knows the answer? Just raise your hand. Why do you think farm has become less profitable? People are leaving farms and going to the city. Why? We have one participant here. Yes, Hamad. If you have any question, just write Hamad. Hamad, write your question. I see and answer. Okay? Farming are less profitable. They are not getting enough money. So they leave these farms and go to the country to look for a better jobs and better paid jobs, better money, big salaries. Next question, why are many of the inhabitants of the villages in Spain elderly people? In Spain, in Spain, in the villages, most of the inhabitants are elderly people. Elder people. Why? Why? Who knows the answer? Just raise your hand. Why? The inhabitants, people who lives in the village in Spain, are elderly people. Why? If you know the answer, just raise your hand. No one? Okay, I will give you the answer and check with yourself. People who live, if we think of the inhabitants, they are older people and young people. Young people are moving to the city. They leave the village and go to the city. So the city, the inhabitants of the villages are, most of them are elder people. Okay, now we come to question I. What is the writer's purpose in writing this article? This article, this text, which we read now, what is the writer's purpose? Why he is writing this text? And we have 4 choices. Number A, to give information about Spain and its villages. B, to explain how rural depopulation is affecting cities and country areas. C, to show the importance of agriculture and farming. D, to persuade us to buy holidays or weekend homes in the countryside. Which of them is the correct answer? If you know the answer, as usual, just raise your hand. I want to know the purpose of the writer in writing this article. Anyone knows? Raise your hand. No one? Khalid? Hamad? Yes, Khalid? Right, if you know the answer. My dear Khalid, okay, next time you have to bring your student book and workbook, both of them, student book and workbook, every time, okay? If you don't have them, you can download them. You can download them on Telegram. Check Telegram. Now let's complete. I think the answer could be number B, to explain how rural depopulation is affecting cities and country areas. To explain how rural depopulation is affecting cities and country areas. Now, after we finish reading this text, we have some questions. The first one, where would you like to live? Here we have the city and the countryside. Where would you like to live and why? Just give me your answer. If you know the answer, why, where would you like to live? In the countryside, like Al-Wafra and Al-Abdali, at farms, or in the city? Where would you like to live and why? You give me the reasons. Anyone knows? Raise your hand. No one? Okay. Another question. Here we have participants. No, Khalid. Countryside means village, place like village, like Al-Wafra and Al-Abdali, where you can find farms, you know, plants and farms. Here we call this countryside. And here, like here now, we are in a city. no plants, no farms. Yes, where would you like to live? Badr. Badr. Would you like to live in the countryside or in the city? Countryside like Al-Abdali, like Al-Wafra. Badr says, I'd like to live in Al-Abdali. Why, Badr? Tell me, why would you like to live in Al-Abdali? Why? Just write your answer. Why would you like to live in Al-Abdali? The answer could be the advantages of living there. Yes, you have a farm. Good. Okay. And there's no noise. No noise. It's quiet. It's calm. The air is fresh. Right? Here, a lot of noise, a lot of pollution. The air is polluted. But there, it's different. Thank you, Khalid, for your answer. Thank you. Okay. Why do some people leave their homes in the countryside to live in a city? People in the countryside are leaving their homes and coming to live in the city. Why? Why? If you understand the text, you can answer this question. Why do some people leave their homes in the countryside to live in cities? I have one participant here. Yes, Khalid. Thank you, Khalid. I move to the next question, Khalid. Why do some people leave their homes in the countryside to live in the city? People in the countryside in Al-Abdali are moving to live here. Why? As if you go back to the text again, because here there's a better paid jobs, better money, better public services, And here, the last question, we have a T-chart, T-table, between the advantages and disadvantages of the countryside and the city. You write the advantages of the countryside and the disadvantages of the countryside and vice versa, okay? Here, I think this question is regarding only the living in a city. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in a city? Okay, just living in the city like here, a place like here, Al-Jahra. Tell me the advantages of living here and the disadvantages, okay? Try to write. If any one of you knows the answer, just raise your hand. Anyone knows the answer? I need the advantages of living here in Al-Jahra. As I said before, it's the same reason why people are leaving the countryside, to get a better paid jobs and get much or better public services. Yes, Khalid, thank you again, Khalid. Very good, Khalid, thank you. Better jobs and better life conditions and better public services. Khalid, just can you think of the disadvantages? The disadvantages, if you are living here, what are the disadvantages? I need just one. What are the problems you face here in Al-Jahra? Some people may say, one of you may say, it's noise, a lot of cars, a lot of shops, a lot of markets, it's noisy. Another one says it's pollution. A lot of cars are producing, yes, thank you, Khalid. Yeah, a lot of cars producing a lot of smoke and causes a lot of pollution. Thank you, Khalid. Okay, now, if you are living in the countryside, in the city, okay, how could city life be made less stressful for the people who live there? Now, we are living in the city here in Al-Jahra. We know the problems. Can you think of better ways to make life here less stressful, much better? We need to make the life in the city much better, less stressful. What can we do? What can we do to make the city life less stressful? Khalid. Khalid, can you give me the answer? Or anyone else? Abdullah, Faisal, Naif, Badr. Anyone knows the answer? Khalid again? Okay. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you all, my dear students. We stop here and inshallah we complete tomorrow. Tomorrow we complete. Just prepare your student book and workbook with you. Okay? See you next time.